good afternoon, good evening. Depends on what you're watching. I realized I filmed not enough. I filmed most important parts in our trip not at the moment. We have a lot to tell, we have a lot of things done in the meantime. Since the last clip I recorded on my GoPro. Probably the most exciting part was crossing a river in Outback. That was a little challenging, to say at least.
A little?
Yeah, it was a big challenge.
A big challenge.
We stayed at a place, I filmed that in a pub. We slept there, it was a beautiful place. We left, we got direction from the owner. We had two options, go the one way, go the other way. Well, doesn't matter. we picked the way. We did. We picked the way.
Yeah.
Although the owner said take the other way, we picked another way because we know better.
No, I thought it was safer because the other one.
That was a local advice. Was a local advice.
It was a local advice.
Yeah.
But let me explain.
Yeah.
It was how do they call it? A dirt track.
Yeah.
So and on the dirt track there was a big sign closed.
Road closed.
Road closed.
Yeah,
and it was 6 o'clock in the morning.
It was.
So I thought when we go on the dirt road with a lot of bumpies and road closed, I thought when we get stuck for the rest of our lives. No, not the rest of our lives, but for a long time.
Starve to death,
yeah.
No water.
Yes, something like that. So I thought take the other way because that would be also a bit bumpy, she told us. But it was a road.
Yeah, that's what she said. Well, she said the dirt road, you see the sign closed, but don't worry, just drive, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the local advice.
Okay.
But we took the paved road, from which she said, well, there are a lot of holes, be careful. There were a lot of holes. It was really a bumpy ride, but we took it slowly, so we ended up where we wanted to be. At the same time, we hit another sign saying road closed. This time we had no choice because we had to gas up, we had to fill up Bob. Going back to the dirt road was not an option. There was no other petrol station, we had to go on. Road closed. Okay, let's do that. We take that road. Then the road was flooded. So that was the reason the road was closed. Big sign saying, if you have 4x4, engage your 4x4 now.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, we took little Bob, our two-wheel drive, through the creek. Oh. That was an adventure. I tell you why. First of all, we did everything wrong what we can do wrong. We didn't explore where we went through. We didn't walk that passage. We just went. Problem with that is you don't know how deep it is. We hit some holes far too deep for our little Bob. We heard bangs and bangs under our car. We hit a lot of rock, I don't know what.
Mo was screaming.
Mo was screaming. Everything in the camper van fell out. There was a mess in the back. Nevertheless, we made it.
You made it.
We made it.
Yeah, we made it. You did it.
I think it was a 5-minute drive. Perhaps 10, no 5-minute drive, but it looked like an eternity. We got out, luckily, because we were really lucky. It was just pure luck, nothing else. Stopped at the first gas station about 10 k's further on the road. We stopped. Water was dripping out of Bob because we went too deep with him. Well, put in some gas, started Bob, and Bob sounded like a V8. I don't know what happened in that river, but probably suddenly we had a bigger engine. I think we have a hole in the exhaust or something. I'm not sure yet. But we were on a mission to get on time in Melbourne to get our taillight, because it was in stock over there. Well, we picked up the taillight.
Yeah, 8 hours later.
8 hours later we picked up the
Yeah.
taillight. Yeah, it was a long drive, to be honest. 8 hours later we picked up the taillight. And the next day I found somebody working on New Year's Eve, eventually, yeah, New Year's Eve, the last day of the year. The only one that was open. They call it a panel beater. It helps you with the wrecked car. As you saw, I had to make my taillight. He helped me for free to get the taillight back in, so that is fixed. Now we are in Melbourne. It's New Year's Eve. We're going for a little drink, little bite, and celebrate the new year. Fireworks. And now I think we're crossing Central Station. Well, let's see if I can film. Give you a shot of Melbourne through the gates. I'm not sure. Well, do it like this. Yeah, you can see a little bit how it looks. It's a really big city again. They closed this part of the city, I guess. Nobody's coming through. Yeah, they closed it. Yeah, we're walking to the docks, to the harbour. Oh, I see in the front the water. We take a beer and a wine, something to eat, and then hopefully watch the firework in Melbourne this time. Yay!
Ook nog even kort in het Nederlands,
Sure.
of niet? Zal ik dan even het microfoontje nemen, want ze zeggen dat ik iedere keer zo slecht te verstaan ben. Nou, de korte versie toch maar weer. Hou wel even vast. De korte versie toch maar weer. Het was echt een spannende dag gisteren. Want we hadden natuurlijk inderdaad al het achterlicht helaas. 2 sterren in de voorruit. En toen gisteren inderdaad wat water. Nou ja, ik heb echt alleen maar gedacht, als we dit maar redden, als we redden. Maar inderdaad, we hebben het gered. En ja, misschien is het ook wel een stukje geluk. Maar ook wel Ivo die dan gewoon toch maar doorgaat en denkt, nou, dit gaan we redden. Yep. Dus dat heb ik gered. En inderdaad 8 uur later waren we in Melbourne. En lange dag. Maar we hebben onszelf verblijd met een, ja, eigenlijk is het een appartement. Ja, stond op boeking, een soort van hotel, maar appartement met een eigen keukentje erbij. Dus lekker luxe, balkonnetje erbij. En nu in Melbourne. En nu gaan we oud en nieuw vieren. En we komen vast straks bij jullie terug.
Oezie doei!
Oezie doei! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Joe! Gelukkig nieuwjaar voor alle lieve mensen! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Waar is het vuurwerk? Ik hoor het wel. Oh, daar! Een beetje die kant oplopen, of niet? Hoi!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It always depends on when you're watching. We are currently staying, here. I'll try to shoot it from the other side. We're currently staying in hotel, apartment. It's more like an apartment, and it suits us. It's not too expensive. Just like that. It's nice and from the outside.
Yeah, and inside also. It's great.
It's a great place.
Kitchen and a balcony and
we have
everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's a great place. But we stay here for the last couple of days. New Year's Eve, I believe I filmed that. So that's, you've seen that. And now we are in the process of selling Bob.
Yeah.
Well, we thought we put Bob on Facebook. Takes us 2 weeks, perhaps 3 weeks. Perhaps we don't sell it in Melbourne, perhaps we sell it in Sydney. Because we still have a month that we can stay here in Australia. Funny thing happened. As soon as we had it on Facebook, it was 2 hours, 3 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. We get a reaction from some girl. Yeah, Bob's still available. Yeah, Bob's still available. Well, I want to view Bob. Is that possible? Yeah, sure. We're here, so come on. I think half an hour later, she arrived. Sort of, as we think, fell in love with Bob. Well, I'm my boyfriend. I have to send them. Next morning, that's today. Boyfriend came along. We agreed on a price. They still want to talk to each other at the evening, but I think Bob is sold. It's not 100% sure, but 95% sure.
Yeah.
So, now we're a bit confused. That's not what we planned.
No.
What to do? We're homeless almost a month earlier than we thought. But I think, yeah, let's sell it when we have a buyer. So, on one hand, I will be glad when it's gone. Just because, yeah, you have sold it. On the other hand, yeah, well, gives new opportunities. What to do? So, yeah, we're not sure yet. Yeah. Talking about Vietnam, that probably will be Vietnam. I think we book a ticket from Melbourne to Vietnam and we do that.
Or Europe.
Or?
Europe.
Perhaps Europe, yeah.
It's
well,
too cold. It's too cold.
Yeah, if it was a little bit warmer in Europe, I think we go back to Europe. But yeah, that's it.
Ja, nou Nederlandse kijkers. Ja, je ziet ons inderdaad een beetje beduust kijken. En eigenlijk zijn we wel heel blij, want we hebben straks ook wel een dansje gemaakt. Want de kans is heel erg groot dat Bob al verkocht is. En ja, dat hadden we echt niet verwacht. De mensen zeiden, oh, ga je nu al Bob verkopen? Ja, nou, dat duurt wel een week of 3. En gewoon binnen minder dan 24 uur is hij waarschijnlijk verkocht. We weten nog niet per wanneer en zo. Dus ja, dat gaan we zien. We gaan even kijken aan welke kant we nou moeten zijn. Deze kant, hè?
Ja.
En dus ja, nu moeten we in één keer al heel snel gaan bedenken van nou, wat gaan we dan doen? Dus wat we nu gaan doen is, we gaan nu eventjes naar Melbourne City. Gaan we eerst maar eens eventjes lunchen, toch nog even iets zien van Melbourne. En ja, zoals dat altijd gaat, er komt iets. Maar wat weten wij nog niet en jullie ook niet, dat gaan jullie dadelijk zien.
That happens when you have no plan. You're not sure what to do.
We will see.
We will see. Yeah, it's more like a luxurious problem, so I don't complain. But yeah, as you plan nothing, then it's a bit confusing now.
Sometimes.
But
we will see.
We will see. I'm glad with the situation, so better this than not selling Bob. So yeah, that's it.
Yes.
We go to Melbourne, we go to the city.
Ja, we say doei.
We say doei.
Doei.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, good evening. As always, it depends on when you're watching. Well, yesterday it happened. I cried. We sold Bob much quicker than I expected. To be honest, we thought, well, we're going to travel with Bob for another 2 or 3 weeks. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? The day before?
The day before we sold it. Yeah, it was 24 hours.
Yeah, not yesterday, but the day before that. We put Bob on Facebook. First hour, heard nothing. Hour and a half, first reaction. We want to see Bob now. Alright, that's possible. So, and from that moment, our messenger on Facebook really exploded. People saying, I send your money now, and I want it, and more like that. But, honest people as we are, that's me. I shook hands, I said, you're gonna sell it for that price. Looking back, perhaps we could have sold it for a couple of Australian dollars more, but we sold it for more than where we bought it from. So we have a little profit. If you look at what we invested, not because yeah, we had damage from our rear light. We had to fix the chips in the window. So if you consider all that cost us a little bit. Still, it was cheaper than staying in hotels, so I think we did a good deal. Yeah, and now we're homeless again. That brought us to the new problem. What are we going to do? We thought about it, I really thought about going home perhaps, because our heads is getting full with all the travel information, pictures of how do you do that, how do you call that, yeah, things that we're experiencing now. So we thought, well, maybe it's enough, because sometimes we walk in a city or a beach and say, yeah, well, this is pretty too, but do you still notice that or that one? So yeah, well, without anyway, it's too cold in the Netherlands, so we go to Vietnam. Yoo-hoo! We're in the process of getting a visa now. Should be fairly quick, 3 working days, but we're not sure yet, so we have to wait. Yeah, and now we're gonna explore Melbourne a little bit more. So that's it. Oh, and I said to myself, I'm gonna film every day again, because I really film too little.
Okay. And maybe a little bit shorter. Oh no, that's my opinion.
Hoe is het doei?
Nee, in Nederland.
Nou, ja, daar wordt hij alleen maar langer van.
Nou, lieve volgers. Ja, jullie hebben het al op social media gezien. Bob is verkocht gisteravond. Binnen 24 uur was het gewoon done. En eigenlijk is dat helemaal goed. Ja, met pijn, enerzijds met pijn in het hart, omdat het zo snel ging, en tegelijkertijd denk ik, oké, en op naar het volgende. We hebben inderdaad echt even nagedacht of we naar huis zouden gaan. Maar uiteindelijk hebben we besloten om naar Vietnam te gaan. Dus nu nog even wachten op ons visum. En ondertussen gaan we Melbourne verder verkennen. Dus we say doei!
Doei! Hi. Yeah, here we are again. Sitting in some restaurant somewhere in Melbourne. We just discussed the next destination, which is going to be Vietnam. Saw already some beautiful hotels. Ordered some food, had some drinks. Look, drinks and food.
Some oysters,
Ordered some-
real oysters.
Yeah, not the fried one, but as they're supposed to be, just natural. I had the fried ones, I don't like them. Some olives, garlic bread.
And some, I'd say cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers on Melbourne, on Australia.
Yeah, we're in Australia, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Pinch ourselves again. Cheek.
En,
We have a lovely view.
en misschien wel het laatste bezoekje aan Melbourne. Ik weet het niet. Het ligt eraan wanneer ons visum komt. Zitten we iedere keer op de telefoon te kijken. Als ons e-visum er is, dan gaan we heel snel gewoon een vlucht boeken. En niet omdat we het niet leuk vinden hier, maar we zijn hier klaar. En zonder Bob wordt het ook een dure belevenis. Dus op naar Vietnam. Proost.
Doei.
We zeggen doei.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It always depends on when you're watching. We're leaving Melbourne and we're off to the airport again with our backpacks. I forgot how heavy they were. I forgot how convenient it is to take Bob and go whenever you want to go. But still, I'm glad that we go. So yeah, we're on our way to the airport and we go to Bali. Denpasar. Yeah, Denpasar. From there on we go to Vietnam, Hanoi.
Yeah, but first we stay there for 4 days in a hotel with swimming pool and beach. So we can enjoy that.
Yep.
Oftewel, nog even voor de Nederlandse kijkers, we hebben onze dikke rugzakken weer om. Ze zijn toch wel zwaar, ondanks dat we 10 kilo bijna naar huis hebben gestuurd. We gaan nu naar de airport, onderweg naar Bali. Daar blijven we 4 dagen. En waarom zo? Omdat we ons visum nog niet binnen hebben voor Vietnam.
Ja.
En hopelijk krijgen we dan ons visum binnen en kunnen we dan door naar Vietnam. Onze reis is al geboekt op woensdag, dus fingers crossed.
Doei. Here we are again. 5 minutes later. Yuki, what happened?
We hebben de tram naar de verkeerde kant genomen. maar dat was niet helemaal mijn schuld, want de ene reis gaat de ene kant op en de andere kant. En ik dacht eigenlijk dat we de ene kant op gingen, maar we gingen de andere kant op. Dus nu gaan we de andere kant op.
Well, normally Yuki here plans our route. Well, we still have to practice because it immediately went wrong. We had the wrong tram. Went the wrong way. So now we're here at the train station. Well, hopefully they correct the situation again. What do you think, Yuki?
Ik weet zeker dat het helemaal goed gaat komen. Ik denk dat ik zeker weet dat het goed komt. We say doei!
Doei! Don't worry. Look, we've made it together. We arrived on the airport, finding our ways to the terminal. Apparently we need terminal 2. And there are some big elevators going to terminal 2, I guess. Yep. So we found it, no worries. We're on the airport. We say doei. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As always, it depends on when you're watching. Well, yesterday we left Australia. We had a night flight. Yeah, sort of.
No, an evening flight, but it was night because we had delay and...
Yeah, we had some delays and there was a time difference. And for our viewing, we landed here at what time?
1 o'clock in the night here, and it's in Australia 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the evening, or in the morning, just how you look at it. So, first night, we're here in Bali. Stood up, walked 2 minutes. I thought, well, I think this is the way to the beach. Came up here and they had breakfast, so we're gonna have our breakfast here. I don't know if I explained that, but we're here for a couple of days and then we fly on to Hanoi, Vietnam. So it's just a stopover for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the visa. That's why we. And Australia is expensive. This is a little bit cheaper. A lot of flights from Australia to Hanoi go through Bali. So we thought, well, we fly to Bali anyway. Let's do that. Take a couple of days. They're much cheaper here. And here we are waiting on breakfast. So perfect.
Ja. Nou ja, we zijn hier. Ivo draait vast dadelijk eventjes om, dan kun je zien dat we alweer een mooi uitzicht hebben. Ja, prima vlucht, al hadden we inderdaad wat vertraging. We hadden echt een splinternieuw vliegtuig van Jetstar.
Ja.
Ook echt heel aardig, ja, helemaal top. En nou, yes.
Breakfast, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the water. Thank you. Real mango juice. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Ik zeg prut op de mango juice, is het naast vers. En we zijn nu in Bali. En nou ja, vannacht nog niet zo heel erg lekker geslapen. We krijgen dadelijk nog een andere kamer. We hadden een beetje veel lawaai van de airco waarschijnlijk. Maar volgens mij gaan we ons hier wel 4 dagen vermaken. En als ik nu al erg spijt van heb, is dat we de vlucht al geboekt hebben. Want ik zou hier best een maand kunnen blijven. Dus het kan zijn dat we nog een keertje terugkomen. We say doei! Ja, misschien even de andere kant laten zien.
We said doei, but we promised to show you the other side. Well, that's our view while we're having our breakfast.
Ja.
Typical us, better.
Heel goed. We say doei!
Well, here we are, Bali, Denpasar, big statue. Not sure what the statue is, but we're gonna find out. Looks like some god on a turtle. He's riding a turtle. Some dragons. There's Yogi trying to make a picture. And this is the beach, which on the GoPro probably looks beautiful, and it is on the movie, but the reality is it's really polluted. There's a lot of dirt, plastic, washing on the shores. You don't see that on the GoPro that good probably, but it's, yeah, the colors are nice, but it's a bit dirty. Try to climb up, see if I can find something about this statue. Oh, in the old days you could run up, now they blocked it, not sure why. Oh, they're fishing, that's always nice. Locals fishing. Not sure what they caught. Probably more debris. No, they do have a fish. Yep. No, they didn't. No, I thought I saw a fish. Well, close to the airport. statue from the other side, and Mo following, brave as she is. Well, let's see with the local fishermen if they catch something. Let's take it. What do you think, Mo?
What do I think? Nou, ik vind het... nou, als ik naar de zee kijk, ik weet niet eens of je dat zo kan zien. Het is echt mega blauw. Eigenlijk wel het ideale plaatje. En als je dan inderdaad ook dat geweldige beeld ziet, echt mega. Maar wat dan wel heel jammer is, en ik denk dat je dat al hebt proberen te laten zien.
Ja, try to film that, ja.
Oh, een enorme rotzooi. Dat ik eigenlijk iedereen weer wil oproepen van, oh joh, gooi toch alsjeblieft niks op de grond of zo, want het komt nu uit zee. Maar dan denk ik echt, het is zo vies.
Ja.
Ja, ik denk niet eens dat ik nu in de zee ga zwemmen hier, want je zwemt gewoon tussen het plastic. Dat is echt wel heel erg jammer.
Ja. Yeah, the sea is so polluted that we even we consider not to swim in the sea because so much plastic is floating around, and that's really unbelievable. We've seen many beaches, beautiful beaches, a nice colors of green and blue like this sea. It looks really amazing. You want to swim in it, but there's a lot of stuff floating in the sea. It doesn't invite.
En dan willen wij maar voor de lol erin zwemmen. Maar er leeft natuurlijk ook van alles in de zee. En nogmaals, ik ben echt niet de grootste klimaatcontroller.
No.
Helemaal niet zelfs. Want ik ben hier ook weer met het vliegtuig gekomen, dat snap ik allemaal wel. Maar ja, als we op zijn minst allemaal onze eigen rotzooi weggooien, dan denk ik dat we al een heel eind zijn. Maar ja, so far for...
Yeah, well, let's translate in English. It's what Yogi says. We're not the biggest save the planet people, certainly not, because we fly with planes, we do all the other stuff too, but I think if we tried a little bit more, each of one of us, just throw away your stuff in a bin, that should help a lot. But yeah. Nevertheless, we're not the biggest save the environment people, certainly are not. But this is, a bit of pity.
Yeah, it is for us, but also, as said in Dutch, also for all the living creatures in the sea, because there are a lot of fishes and anything else, and I think they earn a better sea.
Yeah.
That's it.
Enough being said about that.
Yeah.
We say doei.
We say doei.
Friday, I believed. So we had a weekend in between. So we were waiting in Melbourne for our visa. Well, waiting in Melbourne is expensive. Hotel life is expensive, food is expensive, everything is expensive. So we decided to travel to Bali. A lot of flights from Melbourne go anyway through Bali, so we thought we'd fly to Bali, wait for our visa, and then to Hanoi. That's what we're doing now. So we're staying here now for a couple of days. We just had the news that our visa is granted, so we both can go into Vietnam. And that's why we're here. Anything to add, Yuki?
Nee, nou ja, volgens mij wisten de kijkers het al, maar kort versie. We zijn in Bali.
Joehoe.
En dan blijft het tot morgen. En morgenavond vliegen we door naar Vietnam. Daar hebben we inmiddels daar hebben we een vlucht voor. En net ook een hotel geboekt. En 12 uur. Dus we gaan hier nog even lekker genieten. Dan komen we weer bij terug. We say doei.
We say doei.